So, obviously we know that you are married to John, and he seems like on a definite like path of self-destruction right now. Not like, I don't mean that in a horrible way, but I mean like he's living his best, deathmatch life right now.
He is.
And, having met and like come together in an extremely tame, comparatively, world in WWE, what is it like to be the spouse who's like sitting at home watching on television? I mean, I see some of your responses on social media, but what is it really like to be sitting there being like waiting for your husband to walk through the door with like scar after stitches after, what is that like? What goes on in your
Yeah,
mind?
there's definitely the like I'll be watching at home and sort of bracing myself for whatever chaos is about to ensue. And I will take that at face value. And then when he walks through the door after having traveled, there's a lot of like, all right, now let me fully assess the damage that's been done here. Give me a full 360. I want to see how the body's holding up, how he's doing. Yeah, it can be tough. I mean, watching anyone that you love hurt their bodies and put their bodies through the things that he does, it can definitely be tough. But at the same time, those are the things that he wants to be doing. That is the art that he has chosen to create, and he's exceptional at it. So you kind of take the good with the bad on that. Yeah, if I could wrap him in bubble wrap and just keep him home forever, I would love to do that. I would love nothing more than to do that. But that's not what he wants, and that's not the thing that makes him happy. So seeing him being happy in his in the art that he's able to create inside the ring uh sort of outweighs that, I guess. Is that an irresponsible answer? I'm not sure.
I don't know, because I, I think that that's a remarkable answer, really. I mean, from my assessment, I'm just going to sit here and like regurgitate back what I heard is like that, you are somebody who loves him, and you recognize that what you might want for him isn't exactly or always what he wants for him, but
Yeah.
you love him enough and value his happiness enough to allow him to do what it is, even if it causes you some anxiety, frustration,
Yeah.
whatever, concern.
Yeah, I mean, all you can do is hope that, I know he's so good at what he does, and he's such a pro at what he does. So I have such faith in him in that sense. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if I could just like scoop him up and, flee to like, I don't know, Wyoming or something, and just live off the fat of the land and be healthy and happy, like that would be great. But no, he loves what he does, and he is specifically sought out doing the things that he does. So, I mean, seeing someone be passionate about the thing that they do and being able to execute that and also be given their flowers for the thing that they're doing is really an exceptional thing to be able to sit back and watch him do all those things.
You last weekend, I saw this and I thought it was so funny. Like, so last weekend, after Matt Cardona defeated Nick Gage for the GCW world title, I saw that you tweeted Chelsea Green asking if she wanted to form a support group.
Yeah, because I know how that feels when you're sitting there. You're like, oh my God. And like, listen, I mean, yes, I knew, when John and I started dating, yes, I met him in WWE. I got caught up very quickly on who John Moxley was before Dean Ambrose became a thing. But now watching John Moxley resubmerge into the world, I know how difficult it can be to be like, wait, I saw you wrestle this other way, and now you're getting into this other chaos. What's happening? It can be very stressful, especially when it's somebody like Nick Gage across the ring from your significant other. It's not easy to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that with that particular match, I think, first of all, the whole series of matches between them just started off like the thought started as absurd, right? It's like Nick Gage,
Yeah.
and Zack Ryder, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so, and like they're two totally different things. But and then the longer it's gone on, like Matt is also living his best death match life right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
as is Nick, like
Who knew that that was even going to happen? I didn't know that that was on his bingo card, but I'm into it. And I think it's just so fun to watch. I mean, that's the part of wrestling right now that I think is so intriguing, of like who's going to show up where to do what. The landscape has changed so much that now to like I never in a million years would have imagined that we're going to see like Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, in GCW, winning the GCW championship in a death match. But the fact that that was trending number one worldwide or USA, wherever it was, over UFC and over the Olympics, like that that obviously speaks volumes of the intrigue that people have to see people step outside of their comfort zone. And we've seen Matt Cardona on TV and WWE for the better part of a decade or whatever it has been. So now to see like, oh wow, there's these other layers, this other depth to this dude, and the fact that it's been able to create this amazing foil for Nick Gage has just created such an interesting environment for what's going on there. It's cool as hell to watch.
I think that it is such a refreshing reminder for viewers that what we are able to participate in the terms of the careers of our favorite wrestlers or entertainers on television only can be fulfilled to the level that their company will allow them to, right?
Of
Like,
course.
just like how we talked about, they wanted to present you in a specific way, and
Yep.
everybody signs up and they're great talents, but they also are there to fulfill usually some kind of a character need.
Yep.
And so many of the people in this world that we live in and love have other aspirations, to like do crazy things like.
Yeah, it's like it's just unpeeling that onion and getting these other layers of like who these people are and what makes them tick. And especially in like the world of wrestling, it's like anyone that's invested up to that level, it's like they're fans as well. I mean, we know that Matt Cardona is a wrestling fan. So to see these other things that he wants to check off of his bucket list, I have no idea what those other things happen to be, but it's really cool to see someone get now this rejuvenation in this second part of their career. How exciting. Like what an exciting time, because you think when you see all these like people being fired and let go from WWE or quitting WWE, and you think like, oh my god, what are they going to do, where are they going to end up? And it's like there's so many other opportunities for people to go out and still thrive and be successful and create opportunities for themselves. And yeah, you only got to see a certain layer of what you were meant to see of that person on that television program. So it's
Mhm.
cool to see these other sides, seeing somebody through a different lens.
On that very note, you mentioned that you had projects that got sidelined by pregnancy and like being a mom and all of these things. And what other layers of Renee are we going to see? Like, what have you mentioned that there's things and you want to like hit the gas pedal again, but what are those other layers? Are we starting to see them unravel? Have you started to figure them out?
Yeah, I mean, even like, in the instances of like putting out a cookbook, that was, some people are like, wait, what? Like, even when I was trying to like pitch a cookbook, they're like, but you're a wrestling broadcaster. Why? I don't get the connection here. I'm like, it's just another part of who I am. I'm not necessarily trying to make a connection of what it is. It's not a gimmicky wrestling cookbook. It's just a cookbook from a person that is known for speaking about wrestling.